telling someone to speak English.
You may have filmed some of this interaction with the mayor.
Yeah, filming the interaction.
Because if you do, that would be really handy for us. But apparently during some conversations between yourself, apparently you have alleged, we weren't here, so I don't know you said it, but you've alleged to say, speak English. Or was that effect?
Speak clearly.
Speak clearly.
No,
Okay.
the gentleman's partially deaf.
Yeah, he can speak clearly.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even hear him.
No, and that's fine, and that's why we've just come to speak, because potentially someone could perceive that as a hate crime.
What kind of retarded bullshit are they on over there? Holy fuck, where does this come from? What the fuck are y'all doing? What caused this? I'll tell you what caused this. Karens. Karens caused this. Karens, complainers, and retards caused this. That's who causes it.
Did we just know this was going to happen?
No, I know.
Bro, he thinks it's funny. This guy says, what the fuck?
I believe this. Then we need to look at it, because someone's potentially reporting.
Man, I sure hope nothing bad ever comes of this. I sure hope that the citizens don't go and do the obvious fucking thing that everybody knows they're gonna do, and everything's gonna be worse for everyone because of it. This is insane. It's fucking crazy that this is even happening. They are absolutely, like, eventually there is going to be Chancellor Sutler incoming. Yes, they are going to have some super fucking racist right-wing person come into this country eventually, and they are going to win by a landslide. I can guarantee it. Like, this kind of bullshit is not gonna last. So many people are fed up with this, and it's gonna hopefully, yeah, and as soon as that happens, it's gonna happen everywhere else too. And so, can't wait to see it. I can. It's gonna be bad. Like, the problem is that it's bad that would happen, but the reason why it's going to happen is because any reasonable conversation about this has been shut down. And so, like, this is the problem, is that when you make reasonable discourse impossible, you make unreasonable discourse inevitable. And so what's going to happen is that these people that are, like, getting charged with this shit and getting in trouble with this shit, these people are going to get radicalized. This is a radicalization moment for a lot of them. And when it happens, guess what? They're not going to be sorry at all. The truth can't be kept. Yeah, eventually people are going to lose their minds about this, and they're going to get really fucking upset. So, yeah, you can't just let it happen. Well, it won't just happen. That's the problem. And people are going to get really fucking pissed. And I bet they already are, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's all fun and games until they organize. Yeah, these people absolutely will organize. And when they do, they will do it with a degree of resentment that will shock you. Like, it is going to be like an insane amount of frustration these people are going to have, and it's going to be bad for, I think, pretty much everybody involved. And so, yeah, good. Well, you say good, but this is, I guarantee you, every time that you have an extreme thing like this that happens, you know, every action requires or, you know, causes an equal and opposite reaction. It's just going to be stupid in the other direction, right? It's not like, you know, they're going to vote for somebody and then everybody's going to be smart again. And it's going to be like, you know, the new coolest guy in the UK is Isaac Newton again. That's not what's going to happen. It's just going to be a new brand of bullshit. And so I find it to be very frustrating. I do. You asked for one Hitler, you're going to have 10 of them? Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and stop you right there. I didn't ask for Hitler. Okay, before there's another clip that people are using to call me a Nazi, all right? No, I did not ask for Hitler. I said that they're going to make it happen. That's a very, very different thing. So, yeah, very, very big difference. I'm predicting a Hitler. I'm not asking for one. And I wish that we wouldn't have this happen, because these people, it would have never happened if these people wouldn't let this, would have let it get this far. And that's it. I'll read a few more of these. It'll soon be a hate crime in the UK to be a white Brit. This is the way a lot of people feel. And regardless of whether it's true or not, I think people are going to vote based off of it being a reality. And that's scary for a lot of people. It's a very dystopian thing to see an Englishman telling another Englishman that he can't speak English in an English country. Well, I mean, this is the same country that's burned people for being witches and stuff, right? I mean, you know, they they had all kinds of like weird religious bullshit. This type of mindset is a religion, by the way. It's the new religion. So all of this type of thinking, etc., this has replaced religion in its entirety. So now everything that people used to attribute to religion, they now go back and attribute to this ideology. The ideology can't be questioned. The people who are acting in favor of the ideology, all of their actions are proactively and retroactively justified because they're doing it against you know, I guess non-believers, basically. Doing it against non-believers. And big surprise, whenever you create a system that justifies dehumanizing and treating a certain group of people like garbage, it will eventually be used on you. And that's what's going to happen. And I think that's unfortunately the reality that we're coming into pretty soon. America burnt witches, though? Oh, yeah, we used to love doing that. And I think that we'll probably do it again, but we're just that's on cooldown. Basically, like, the more that you understand that censorship Karen rhetoric is the exact same as religious censorship, everything else makes perfect sense. So, for example, a lot of the arguments and a lot of the emotional appeals that are used in order to make people do things today are effectively secularized versions of religious arguments that were used in the 90s and the 2000s. And you're just seeing like a new version of them now, right? I was thinking why they talk just like religious people. Well, the reason why, okay, so I'll explain why. Basically, the reason is because a lot of people need to have a religion in their life. I think that there's a lot of just human beings that need like an ordering principle that decides and helps them understand and process the world, right? And whether this is a religious ideology, whether this is like some extreme political ideology, I feel like if you look at like human history, you'll always find that people tend to gravitate towards, and the ideologies that are like the most pervasive throughout history are the ones that are all-encompassing, oftentimes even transcending life, that allow somebody to order their life and understand it. And so what happens is that when people, like, because of the decline of religion and like Western culture now is seeing like a much more of like a revival of religion. Like, you're seeing a lot more people go to church. You're seeing people that are like more positive about Jesus. And, you know, if you compare this, especially online, if you compare this to, you know, 2012, 2008, right? It was very, very different dynamic, right? Jesus is king. Yeah, I hear this all the time now. And I think that like some of the reasons why, like, I'm going to be honest, like one of the really big reasons why is that it's a cultural thing. And I think religion and culture are like very much intertwined. Like, if you look at, I would assume probably like a lot of Middle Eastern culture is probably either derivative of Judaism or Islam. You look at a lot of Western culture, it's probably derivative of Christianity. And you probably look at, you know, what do you call it? Indian culture, it's probably derivative of, you know, Hinduism. That's just the way it is, right? Of course. And so anyway, when you have a decline of religion, people, it's not like everybody just decides to open their third eye and see the truth and the reality of the world. No, they just look for another book that they can have tell them the answer to everything in their life. And so that's the reason why you see so many people that are like, you know, these like political people that treat their politics like a religion. It's because for them, it fulfills the same purpose. That's it. Hinduism is more of a seeking than a religion. Well, I don't want to get into details, but what I'm saying is that their belief system, whatever that belief system, is probably intermingled with their laws and like their core culture. Like, that's really what I'm trying to say, right? Again, I'm not really a big fan of religion, but I can respect and acknowledge that a lot of people who are religious, you know, it helps them and it's a positive force in their life. I hate religious fundamentalism, and I hate religious people that try to push their beliefs on somebody else. But I can respect a person who has a religion that they keep to themselves and they don't use as a weapon to oppress other people. So, like, that's the way that I feel about it, and that's pretty much about it, right?